Whew. Man, selfish people are exhausting. They're exhausting. Trying to get them to not be selfish is hard, but the best thing we got going is that the stories in the Bible and the Quran and all that are based on reality through real people, and that the real people are better than the books, because the books get turned into mythology by egomaniacs that want to argue the books. And the people that are the source of the books aren't egomaniacs and don't want to argue the books. It's 2 and 2 is 4, life's eternal grace is infinite. Hey, Lord's Prayer works. Yay, go home, bye. Why are we talking for 2 hours? Oh, 7 years ago. I just couldn't do it. I had to teach. But I'm more of a Socratic type teacher person, when I get everybody involved, like Professor Scroggs, and get, hey, and talk about things and make sure that people get in what we're talking about. We can, like this and that, like Mrs. Klinger used to do, and lots of other good teachers. But there are some good storytellers, Preachers is like, well, some preachers, the most of them, they ain't good at storytelling. They full of shit. They're just, we need more money, and the magic guy in the clouds told me to get more money from you. Brothers, brothers, grabbed the back of the babies and grabbed the old ladies and everyone go. Right? At the Hilton Auditorium, right? I'm not saying everybody liked that. I'm saying, because I talked to a man in prayer back in the 90s that talked a lot in auditoriums and street corners and stuff and synagogues, like it says not to do in the Lord's Prayer, right? Right. Model prayer, the Book of Matthew, right? And he's a Muslim, yeah, and he is a Muslim. Well, he was. At first, he was led amok by a criminal organization that was pretending to be Muslims. And then he realized they were a criminal organization pretending to be Muslims. And he said he wasn't a part of that organization anymore. And then they allowed him to go on the Hajj to Saudi Arabia. Elijah Muhammad wasn't allowed to go because they would have had a Fatma on him. They would have killed him. I was like, wow, that's weird. So he had bodyguards and the whole 9 yards and stuff like that. But they didn't have a Fatma on Malcolm. Okay. They liked him. You can't help it. He had a charisma and he had a character about him that most men that have been through hell and dove into hell and come back out like. Uh-huh. Yeah, he's a very he's a man's man. Yeah, he's the type of person that all the people on TV that talk shit about money want to be like. Hey, he's a man's man, right? And it's I have some of that in me, but once it comes out, I'm like, oh shit, fuck you people. I'm not doing this. This place fucking sucks. I'm gonna go dancing with Caitlyn Jenner. I'm joking. Bruce, yeah. He was a very good athlete. I remember watching him in the Montreal Olympics with Edwin Moses. Everybody remember Edwin Moses? Mom had a big crush on Edwin Moses. Did Dad know? Probably, yeah. She used to let it be known. Oh, that's good looking. So, yeah. That probably, yeah. I know, she says he's mean. It's like, yeah, Mom, mm-hmm. You can't, when someone starts being mean to you, you can't keep being mean back. But relationships are like that. You go in and out. When she's fucking somebody else, you're kind of mean to her. That kid looks like all our kids. Yeah, your kid. That kid's supposed to look like me and you and my coworker. You get to that point where it's like you just had enough. There's not much stuff here. I'm gonna leave the note pinned inside your coat and leave the garden gate unlocked. And you get that way, but when you have kids, it's different. But you get tired of it, and basically, when you stand up for yourself, you're protecting the kids from accepting that kind of abuse, right? And in our society, unfortunately, you can't do I divorce you 3 days in a row, and then live in a community where you can be cordial with one another and raise the children with love because you have a village that all lives the Lord's Prayer, right? So, and in the meantime, still getting tortured by your government taxpayer dollars and the worst perverts in the history of the world that you can buy. You got all these people, and there's, I was thinking about all the things I just missed. I'm going through my history and wanting to go to college and coach, which was denied me because of perverts. And the things you miss, the things that they took from you, and intimacy and romance and affection and sexuality, and no one appreciates any of those more than me on planet Earth that I know of. Period. Okay, you stand up for the Lord's Prayer and getting tortured by the government for doing so? No. Then no one appreciates that stuff more than me, because when we're living the Lord's Prayer, you all get to appreciate that perfectly. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you very much, assholes. Assholes. Rip off your head and spit down the slimy hole. Gonna beat your ass into a mud hole and splash it dry. Mister, you just brought a knife to a gunfight. No, I ain't never been. I ain't never been to Panhandle. I've only been there through Kenwood, right? And so that don't count. So, and I went through and said, no, I have been through Eugene on bus. I've been through Memphis. I slept, it may have been for like 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours, in Alabama, in Montgomery, before someone was getting raped in the janitor's closet. And then the cops told us not to file a false report. And Steffi put all of me and the kid back into the pits. We drove on. Man, too bad we can't stop. Mobile looks pretty. I thought Mobile was so pretty. So I did sleep, eat, and go to the bathroom in Alabama, and I went through Mobile. So, go Southpaw, right? So I'm connecting. I thought, I can't connect to Alabama. That's a shame, because not everybody's bad in Alabama. Isn't Rosa Parks from Alabama or something like that? There's good people suffering in Alabama. But I've been through Tennessee, been through Nashville, got caught in a speed trap, but the guy didn't give me a ticket. Went through Memphis, where my dad, Millington was raised. And stuff. So I'm just been going back to the past, and I was like, I have driven through Las Vegas, and I did sleep pooping in Nevada. Okay. So I deleted the Vegas one, and then I had to put it back on, and I have this crazy woman in my head yelling at me, you're so stupid, you don't think. I'm like, damn. You're like Joey Bishop's wife and shit. Oh, just go do a residency in Las Vegas and leave me alone. I'm just kidding. So, no, it's funny. Guys, even if it is a computer program, you still have to have that human being. How do you know we're not using the computer to talk? Because you guys are trying to make it to where we can't physically go meet and talk. Someone was telling me that when I was getting my son for my legs to help get the poisons out because they sprayed Roundup again. And and it gets real uncomfortable, yeah. And he's sitting there going, hey, okay, get out, get my son, I'll go get my soul, I'll get some sleep tonight, then we'll play some sports tomorrow, get better out than in, blah, blah, blah. Okay, him and Suzuki are like twins. They're like the hero twins, they're cool. But no, better, Wonder Twin Powers, they're the best. Oh, God, I love those guys so much. But he sits there and he says, Earl, no. Basically, all their technology is doing is invading our privacy. Because they didn't have Wi-Fi when John was talking to you in the cave in North Africa. And they didn't have, no. Okay, but the thing is what they think is that they amplify the signals and are the source of the prayer for prophecy is because of Wi-Fi. That's what they think. And it's probably so. But they're just invading our privacy. We're right. They're wrong. We're good. They're bad. We truth. They lied. There you go. So it doesn't matter. Right? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. See? If you guys had accepted the Lord's Prayer then, boom, we probably still would have. No, we wouldn't have needed the Wi-Fi. Why? Because he wouldn't have been in the cave in North Africa doing that thing. Because he'd be having a family, living, loving, and Think about it, stud. Okay. No, I love Sonia. It's a line of Confucius. That was the best. We just sand painting over. So we're connecting. He goes, I got till the 24th to get my stuff squared away with that, and then we're going in a different direction psychologically and physiologically and emotionally. We're going very Zen Buddhist, and stuff. And he tells me, hey, just same things. He tells me same thing, Suzuki, survive, stop, eliminate, abuse, recover. And I'm like, wow. And this is really uncomfortable, to get the chemical poisoning. I have chemical poisoning damage on my legs from the chemicals trying to get out, pushed out through the heart, getting out through the weakest spot. It went out my shins because I put it out in the sun and did. I think in Nesta's case, he got bad medical advice because the people didn't, that's happening, that's making it go. Yeah, but it was making it go there and it's making it go out to the weakest points. And then it went to his foot because he was trying to exercise and he was just doing things in a more survival mode manner instead of just yield, overcome and stuff. And so it's interesting. But a lot of the work the Chinese had done on radiation and stuff like that has really helped. That one Chinese channel that I watched with the salt and all that. Well, they want me to stay alive. Well, they want me to be the focal point of killing the people in the military here. So then it's like, it's going to do the same thing with you guys. They're so stupid. It's like, you do know one liar is like the other liar, even if the other liar's on the other side of the planet. Fashnugana. If you connect quantum computing, because it is like talking to literally, they are retarded. Okay? They are retarded. It's a form of retardation. They don't understand relativity. They don't understand. They're so addicted to what they're doing with technology that they can't see they don't need to do it. It's just like, why not just use communication device to apply physics of Lord's Prayer? They can't do that. They don't think it's tangible because they don't want to do it. If they don't want to do it, they don't think it's tangible, and because they're addicted to what they're doing. You get it? And that's why the technology has to stop. Thank you. That's why I have to use the technology to stop them. With help. I've got help. I got Sonia Sin. I got DTC. I'd be dead by now if it wasn't for them and other people that encourage me. Keep going, Earl. Thanks. Some old motherfuckers. I'm just kidding around. I'm joking, y'all. I know all y'all doing on the right 9 to 5 to keep themselves out of trouble. And guys, you just got to understand all the celebrities that won out are in over their head, and it's really hard. And it's hard for you, and you can't trend like the one little girl at the checkout line thing. No, everybody here tries to do anything with my YouTube. They can't. She goes, yeah, that's true. They can't do anything with it. They won't let you. And so, if you can't, Barack Obama can't, J-Lo can't, Javon Roof-Peak can't. I'm not saying that just because, I'm saying that because that woman's wow. And then you get this weird thing like Jennifer Lopez gets jealous. It's like, why are you jealous? It's like, I think women only get jealous when they think you're about to die. But the thing is, I was cute. If you go look at those videos when I was at Fort Huachuca, like if I sit there and say how cute B. Martinez is, she'd look at me in 2010 go, that guy thinks I'm really cute. He can protect children from all the perverts at Fort Huachuca that were doing human trafficking and thought it was fun. Yeah. He's very charming and he's cute. And he thinks I'm cute. Of course, everybody thinks you're cute. You got those big dimples and that long brown hair and you like people and people like you. Yeah. She's cute. She's a cute kid. She's very cute. She's so cute. She reminds me a lot of you. She reminds me of all the cuties that I know in my life she's so cute. Yeah, she's cute. Girls don't like, I think when you get older, and they get older, they don't mind it. If you sit there and say, she's so cute, oh my God, she's so cute. I think they're okay with it. If you're 60 years old and you say that to a 30-year-old. Okay, all right, peace out, man.